Breaking news on the tensions between Ukraine and Russia. President Biden just making a new prediction about a possible invasion. Our Allison Harris is live at the White House with the very latest. Allison.
Rudabeh, the president made these remarks just moments ago, actually, while we were on the air with you, talking through some of the breaking news and developments happening involving this imminent invasion, as U.S. officials are now calling it, on behalf of Russia. The president leaving the White House, boarding Marine One. Some of my colleagues here at the White House correspondents and reporters shouting questions to the president. The president responding, saying the threat of an invasion is very high, saying that Russia is moving troops toward Ukraine and may be involved in some of these false flag operations that the White House has been warning about. We heard some of that echoed by his press secretary yesterday, saying that we are in that window in which we could be seeing some of these false flag operations. The president was then asked, do you think Russia will go through with it? This is what the president had to say.
It's very high.
Why?
It's very high because they have not moved any of their troops out. They've moved more troops in. Number one. Number two, we have reason to believe that they are engaged in a false flag operation. They have an excuse to go in. Every indication we have is they're prepared to go into Ukraine, attack Ukraine. Number one. Number two, I've been waiting for a response from Putin for my letter, my response to him. It's come to that Moscow embassy. Their faxing it here. Not faxing it, they're sending it here. I have not read it yet. I cannot comment on it.
Have you been briefed on it in any way?
Oh, yeah.
Is your sense that this is going to happen now?
Yes. My sense this will happen within the next several days.
What are the things that will there any diplomatic path still available?
Yes, there is. There's a clear diplomatic path. That's why I asked Secretary Blinken to go to the United Nations and make his statement today. He'll lay out what that path is. I've laid out a path to Putin as well on, I think, Sunday. And so there is a path. There is a way through this.
Are you going to call Putin? Will you speak to Putin? Are you going to call Putin?
I'm not calling Putin. I have no plans to call Putin right now.
Do you think he's made a final decision?
To clarify what the president said there, when asked whether Russia will go through with an invasion, the president said, yes, I do believe Russia will go through with it, not now, but in a manner of several days. That is that is a timeline that we have not received from the White House, from the administration. Obviously not exact there, but the president saying it's not going to happen now, but we do expect an invasion in the next several days. He was also asked there if he believes a diplomatic resolution is possible. You heard the president say he's waiting to hear back from President Putin to his response to his letter that he wrote to President Putin. We know there's other breaking news this morning. A senior U.S. official says U.S. officials have received Russian response to U.S. and NATO proposals. So perhaps that is a response from Putin to the president's letter. We expect to hear more about this today. Americans can expect many more developments, especially even within the next half hour or so, as the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, is going to be speaking before the UN Security Council, possibly addressing this response that they have received from Russia. But again, the news here this morning, Rudabeh, from the president saying, yes, he does believe Russia will go through with this and that he believes an invasion is imminent in the next several days. Rudabeh.
Allison Harris at the White House for us. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.